Hi, so this is the first in a series of short instructional videos about playing in Open G tuning for my students. Um, just a word or two about the guitar first. What I'm using is a tricone instrument, a metal-bodied tricone, which they'll always look great. It's got three small speaker cones in there which project the sound out from the hollow metal body, as you can see through the grill there. Um, and to just let you know, this isn't a national. Okay, it's everyone's who plays slide. They aspire to owning a national sometime in their life. And although I do own a national guitar, this isn't it. This is by a company called Vintage. And unfortunately, I don't think they make this particular model now, the Tricone, which is a shame because I do think it mirrors the equivalent national guitar very much. I've taken this apart and looked inside, and it's very well constructed on the lines that National Guitar Company use. It's got a neck that is incredibly like a National, a lovely V-shaped neck that fits into that part of your hand incredibly well. And if I didn't know in a blind test and I played this, just by the feel, I would have thought it was a National. Sound-wise, it's not going to be a National, obviously. It's got a unique sound of its own. But I think that's the nice thing about guitars, is that it doesn't matter the price of the guitar. You should judge it by the sound that it creates for you and the feel of it as you play. And this, for me, when I'm playing it, is as good as the National that I own. So I really enjoy playing this guitar. Right, so you can take any guitar and do slide with it. Ideally, not one that's got an action that's almost flat against the board, because you are going to be tuning down, and therefore it's going to create slackness in the strings. You want just a normal, healthy action on the guitar will work fine. The idea with the slide, when we get to it, is not to press the slide against the frets. Otherwise, you hear the intervals as you go up. You want a nice slide sound. So just the standard action on the guitar is enough to help you out with that. So firstly, this first instructional video is just about the tuning of your guitar, and we'll get that out the way, and then we'll look in the second video at playing our chords in this open tuning. So we know our standard tuning from low to high is E, A, D, G, B, E. That's what we've learned, and we all know that. The tuning I'm going to use is open G. So really what we're doing is we're going to drop certain of the strings. So firstly, let's know what we've not dropped in this tuning. Basically, the second string, the third string, and the fourth string are the same as standard tuning. They haven't altered. It's the first string, it's the fifth string, and it's the sixth string that have altered. Okay? So basically, we're going to drop the sixth string from E to D. We're going to drop the fifth string from A to G, and we're going to drop the first string from E to D. So three stay the same, three drop. So we've now got, when we retune, D, G, D, G, B, and D. Basic open tuning for G tune. Right, and when you're tuning down, you'll no doubt be using a tuner. So remember that the three that you're going to tune down, it's going to be your sixth string peg, fifth string peg, and first string peg. Okay, so as you're tuning down, you'll tune down from, it'll go from E down to D sharp, down to your D, and then the same will happen with your A string. It'll go from A to G sharp to G, and finally with your first string, it'll go from E to D sharp down to D on your tuner. Remember, your tuner will show sharps, not flats. Okay, so now we've tuned down. The thing is to refine your tuning. Okay, so you do that with your ear and with your tuner. The very act of tuning the three strings down will knock the three strings that you haven't tuned out of alignment. So basically, when you've dropped these three, 6, 5, and 1, check the whole tuning of your guitar with your tuner and make sure the needle's bang on to what you want, and make sure it sounds good as well. Okay, so that's the first thing to do, is to retune. Okay, so E goes down to D, A goes down to G, and E goes down to D, and you have finally D, G, D, G, B, and D. So tune down and tune in to the next video.